Ladies and gentlemen, we've all been there, someone we trusted, someone we cared for, let us down and left us hurt. When a man hurts you, the natural instinct is to react, to cry, to seek revenge, or to shut down completely. But today I want to talk about a different approach, one that will not only confuse him but also empower you. The best way to handle pain is not through anger, but through growth. Instead of reacting emotionally, respond with strength and self improvement. Let your silence be louder than your words, your success be your revenge, and your happiness be the ultimate confusion. First, don't beg for an explanation. When you act like you don't care, it shakes his confidence. Second, work on yourself, hit the gym, focus on your career, and glow up emotionally and physically. Third, maintain your peace and dignity. Nothing confuses someone more than a person who refuses to be broken. By shifting the focus from him to you, you take back your power. And that, my friends, is the most confusing and effective response you can give. Stay silent instead of reacting. Silence is one of the most powerful weapons you can use when someone hurts you. It is natural to want to respond, to defend yourself, or to seek answers. But in many cases, reacting emotionally only gives the other person more power over you. When a man hurts you, he often expects a reaction, whether it's anger, tears, or confrontation. But when you choose silence instead, you immediately shift the dynamic. He starts wondering why you're not reacting the way he expected. Silence speaks louder than words because it forces the other person to sit with their actions and question their own behavior. When you don't respond to his hurtful words or actions, he is left with nothing to feed off of. If he was expecting a fight, he won't get one. If he was hoping to see you devastated, he will be disappointed. Your lack of response creates confusion and unease, making him question whether he truly had an impact on you or not. Additionally, silence gives you control over your emotions. Instead of saying something in the heat of the moment that you may later regret, you allow yourself time to process your feelings rationally. You gain the space to reflect on the situation, assess whether he even deserves a response, and decide what is best for your own peace of mind. Reacting impulsively often leads to regret, but remaining silent allows you to maintain your dignity and self-respect. Not only does silence protect your emotional energy, but it also makes a strong statement. It signals that you are not desperate for his attention or validation. When you show that his words or actions don't shake your inner peace, you project confidence and strength. And confidence, especially in the face of pain, is something that will always leave an impression. Moreover, silence allows you to observe instead of engage. When you stop talking and start paying attention, you begin to see things more clearly. You notice his actions, his body language, and how he handles your lack of response. If he truly cares, he may realize his mistake and come forward with an apology. If he doesn't, then his silence in return tells you everything you need to know. In a world where people are quick to react, staying silent is an unexpected and powerful move. It's a way of saying, I don't need to argue. I don't need to prove anything. I know my worth, and I refuse to be pulled into negativity. When you choose silence over reaction, you take back control of the situation, and that is what truly confuses him. Don't seek closure. One of the hardest things to accept after being hurt is the lack of closure. When a man hurts you, it's natural to want answers. You might ask yourself, why did he do this? What changed? Was I not enough? These questions can haunt you, making you feel like you need closure to move forward. But here's the truth: closure is often a myth. Seeking it only keeps you emotionally tied to the person who hurt you, giving them more power over your peace of mind. The idea that closure comes from a final conversation, an apology, or an explanation is misleading. In reality, closure comes from within. It's something you give yourself, not something you get from someone else. Many times, when you go searching for closure, you end up reopening wounds instead. You may reach out for answers only to receive vague, dismissive, or even hurtful responses that leave you feeling worse than before. Instead of bringing clarity, seeking closure often leads to more confusion and emotional turmoil. When you refuse to seek closure, you take control of your healing process. You stop waiting for someone else to validate your feelings or explain their actions. You accept that some questions will remain unanswered and that you don't need those answers to move forward. This is where your true power lies, when you decide that you don't need his words or explanations to find peace. Additionally, not seeking closure confuses the person who hurt you. When someone expects you to reach out, to ask for answers, or to beg for an explanation, your silence disrupts that expectation. He may wonder why you're not chasing after closure, why you're not trying to fix things, or why you seem unaffected. This can leave him unsettled, making him question whether he ever truly had an impact on you. Furthermore, seeking closure can sometimes be an excuse to stay connected to the past. It's easy to convince yourself that you just need one last conversation to move on, but deep down, that conversation is often just a way to hold on to hope. When you stop seeking closure, you force yourself to detach emotionally. You stop giving energy to someone who has already shown you that they don't deserve it. You shift your focus from understanding why it happened to accepting that it happened and moving forward. Another important thing to consider is that even if you do get closure, it may not be the kind you were hoping for. Sometimes the truth is painful. Maybe he doesn't care as much as you thought. Maybe he never planned on staying. Maybe he won't even give you a real explanation. Instead of bringing peace, his words might bring more pain. So why chase after something that may only hurt you more? By refusing to seek closure, you set a boundary that says, I value my peace more than your explanation. You decide that your healing is your own responsibility, not something that depends on someone else's words or validation. You acknowledge that not everything needs a perfect ending, and that sometimes walking away without looking back is the strongest thing you can do. When you choose not to seek closure, you shift the power dynamic. Instead of waiting for someone else to provide you with peace, you create it for yourself. Instead of obsessing over what went wrong, you focus on what's ahead. Instead of waiting for a man to explain his actions, you decide that his actions were explanation enough. And that, in itself, is the ultimate form of closure. Level up in every way. One of the most powerful ways to respond when a man hurts you is to focus entirely on yourself, your growth, your success, and your transformation. Instead of wasting time wondering why he did what he did or how he feels now, channel that energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Nothing is more confusing and unsettling to someone who expected you to be broken than seeing you rise stronger than ever. Leveling up isn't just about making him regret losing you, it's about proving to yourself that your happiness, confidence, and success don't depend on anyone else. When you shift your focus from pain to progress, you take back control of your life. This is a time to invest in yourself in every way possible, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. 1. Work on your physical appearance. There's a reason why so many people have a breakup glow up. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good. Taking care of your body, whether it's hitting the gym, eating healthier, upgrading your wardrobe, or simply practicing better self-care, boosts your confidence and self-esteem. When you feel strong and attractive, it radiates in everything you do. People take notice when someone is glowing, not just from external changes, but from the newfound energy and self-love they project. The best part: this transformation isn't for him, it's for you. But it just so happens that nothing confuses a man more than seeing a woman thrive after he thought she'd be broken. Elevate your mindset. Healing isn't just about looking good, it's about thinking differently. Start developing a growth mindset where every setback, including heartbreak, is seen as a stepping stone to something better. Read books that inspire you, listen to motivational speakers, practice meditation, and surround yourself with people who uplift you. The more you focus on self improvement, the less power the past has over you. A woman who has mastered her emotions, who knows her worth, and who refuses to let pain define her is a force to be reckoned with. Men expect women to be emotional after being hurt, but when you show composure, wisdom, and strength instead of desperation, it leaves them unsettled. Focus on financial independence. There is nothing more attractive and powerful than financial independence. When you have your own money, your own goals, and your own success, you don't need validation from anyone else. Take this time to invest in yourself, whether it's advancing your career, learning new skills, or starting a side hustle. When you are financially secure, you make decisions from a place of power, not dependency. A man who once thought he had control over you will be deeply confused when he sees you thriving, achieving your goals, and not looking back. Success is the best revenge not because it's meant to hurt him, but because it proves that his actions didn't break you. Strengthen your emotional well-being. Leveling up isn't just about looking better or making more money. It's about emotional strength. True growth comes when you no longer feel the need to prove anything to anyone. You don't seek revenge. You don't engage in drama. You simply move forward with grace and confidence. This means cutting off toxic connections, setting firm boundaries, and prioritizing your peace. When a man hurts you, he expects you to be emotional, bitter, or stuck in the past. But when you show emotional maturity, when you don't react, when you don't chase, when you don't let the pain define you, it confuses him. It makes him wonder how you became so strong, so unshaken. Build a life that excites you. The best way to move forward is to create a life that you love. Travel, take up new hobbies, meet new people, and explore new opportunities. The more you fill your life with joy, the less room there is for pain. A busy, happy, fulfilled woman is the ultimate mystery to a man who expected her to be drowning in sadness. Leveling up isn't about impressing him, it's about elevating yourself to the point where his actions no longer matter. It's about reaching a level where you don't even care if he's confused, regretful, or watching from a distance because you're too busy thriving.